One. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Soul and Grace podcast. Hello, gather on in. Today is a very special day. It's a very, very special day because it's my birthday. So just one moment. Let me move my phone out the way. Let me get that ready. Right there. But it is my 30th birthday. As you can see, I am still in my Cowboy Carter era. So let's go ahead and welcome in my 30th. Woo! Ow! My 30th in a very special way. 30. I cannot believe I'm here. Like, I'm really here. I don't know if you can see the sparkles on the camera, but 30, 30, 30, like the girls in the bottle club. I mean, like the bottle girls. Don't go out now. But anyways, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to me. And many, many more. About 100 more. 90 more. Maybe 90 more. No, 100 more. I'm optimistic. But anyways, let's make a wish. 30. I thought my wish was up. Trick handles, dog. Anyways, welcome on in, gather on in, welcome back. Welcome if you were freaking new here. I'm pretty sure this episode will come back out before the other one, but yeah, welcome back. We're back up in this thing. First and foremost, let's cheers to me, but not just me, you as well, because you're listening to me. So cheers. Cheers. How was your day, love? How's your morning? How's life? Yeah. Cancer season been pretty good. I can't speak for anyone else. Anyways, welcome on in. How y'all doing? Me, I'm doing so good. I'm on a high. And I think it might have been the Beyonce high. But, I mean, outside of that, a lot of good things. To turn 30 is such a beautiful thing. So many people do not make it to 30. So it's just like, happy, I'm satisfied. And there's probably nothing more that I could wish for in this moment in time and place other than like life and more life. And just the ability to keep living and experiencing life from a not like a cookie cutter happy place, but just I get the chance to wake up every single day. And really, we don't necessarily get the chance. It's not promised. But the fact that I can look forward to getting more life experience every day I wake up, I'm happy. I'm just happy. Jesus. Let's go ahead and pull the self-love card and see what we're talking what's in the cards for this week. Oh, 1, 2, 3. So, self-love deck. This is my self-love deck by a company. I believe the name, or at least the name of this branch of their company, is We're Not Really Strangers. And they have a couple of card decks, and this is the self-love deck. It looks like this. This is not sponsored. This is something I pull every single day. And yeah, so 1, 2, 3 card decks, past, present, and the future. We're going to go present just because one of my favorite lines by an artist named Anderson .Paak is, "You want to know where I'll be in 5? What about today? What about tonight? What about today? What about tonight?" And as much as I feel like you spend all of your 20s thinking about when you're going to be 30. So we're going to go ahead and pull a card. We're thinking about today. See how fast I had a brain fart? See how fast? Come on, card. Wrong. Again. From 3? No. Come on. Present. 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 Level freaking 2. Level 2. Present. What's one thing you like about being you? I've been waiting on somebody to ask. This is such a great question to ask someone when it's their birthday, let alone like at an age where it's like your scene is aging. And I wanted to talk about this later on in Soul Search, but we're going to go ahead and answer it now. One of the things that I love about myself is how, I don't want to call it happy or joyful, but how unshakable my mood is, how unshakable my spirit is in a way, right? Because yes, not all things are perfect. Yes, I could have millions of more dollars, but I'm good. I'm good. Honestly, I was looking at my astrocartography, and while in the past, honestly, I'm a person that it's not that I do not believe in astrology. I believe in astrology. What I do not agree with is how we try to mask every little trait that is under, I'll use Cancer, under Cancer's description. We try to say, oh, I'm this because I'm a Cancer. I'm that because I'm a Cancer. I'm this because I'm that. And it's like, no. Some of it is like, yes, the stars were aligned, the stars and moons. This is exactly why you like that. But the reality of it for me is you get a chance to wake up every single day and decide who and what and how you will be, or how your character will be for that day. It's not your damn horoscope, boo. You probably got to work through some things, but it's not just your horoscope. But outside of that, when I look at my astrocartography and I get it broken down, and I look at these details, this 50 pages of information about who I am, everything that, I don't want to say everything, but all of the details, as far as me being a person with a spirit and mood that usually uplifts or brings out the light in others, and when I walk into rooms and do all of these things, people thought that's just because I'm big-headed, or not thought, because that's past tense. I think people think that and they assume those things, but it's in the cards, it's in the stars, it's just in my realm. And when I say people, I mean even down to like my mom. Shit, even my sisters told me not a few weeks ago, but like 2 months ago when she was visiting, it's like, oh, everybody can't be so nice as you, blah blah. It's like, damn, sorry, I'm not on the edge and ready to cuss everybody out. But that's not a newer thing. This has been something that I'm gonna say shamed, because that's what it has always felt like since I was a little kid. Why are you always happy? Goddamn, I can't be happy. I can't just be in the moment. I can't be like that. Strict around here. And it's always been strict with motherfuckers that ain't me. I always passed the first 5 minutes of the show, but it's always been strict with other people that's not me, because people cannot understand why I am so bright. Why? And we'll talk about it again later in Soul Search with my topic for today's show, but the reason why people can't understand it is because that is me. That's how I was made. That's how God sent me into this world, into this universe. That's how the universe put me into this to be bright, to spread love, and to spread light. If there's nothing else that I do or have felt called to do in my life since a very young age, it is to be the light to other people and be a light to people's lives. Be a light to anyone in passing. Like, just be a good person. It does not cost you anything to give you someone a good interaction, a wave or something. And I've never felt like it fuels me or makes me better or anything of the sort, but it's in me. Like, it's not just on me, it's like in me. In it. It's in it, okay? It's like literally that's how I was chosen to be made. And that is the spirit that I have. So that is one of the things I love the most about being me. I got something that nobody has been able to take away from me, or let alone shake me out of, try to change me from any of that. Now, as far as change goes, as I age and through different life experiences, there's been a matter of like, I'm not going to change it, but I'm not just going to let everybody experience it. And that's something else I have made points to make notes of in Soul Search. But yeah, nobody's going to change that. And they can't change that. I feel that it would take some, let me knock on wood, it would take some real buck breaking to break my soul. Oh, that just made, again, back to the Beyonce. Baby, first and foremost, I don't want to jump. I need to get into the show. What time we at? 17 minutes. I need to hurry up and get into the show, but that's to Beyonce, baby. Enough of that. Beyonce, you did your big one. Oh, sorry. You did your big one, boo. You did your big one with that show. But I have to say, I hate that I did not go to Renaissance. And maybe hate is because it took me 2 years to listen to Renaissance. Not because I don't love Beyonce, but I'm not a part of the Beehive. I appreciate her artistry and her talents and the dedication that she puts into her projects, but I've never been like head over heels. Beyonce is a role model for all of us, and I think you don't necessarily have to be in a Beehive to feel that way. The girl is good. The girl is good at what she do. Blue, the Offspring is good at what they do. That girl is good. That girl can dance. Ooh, ain't no telling what else she could do. Rumi, I only saw her on the thing. We were super close to the stage, and that just brings me to another point. Shout out to my best friend. Shout out to my best friend for taking me to see the Beyonce. The Beyonce. Shout out to you. I love you, boo. You my boo. And if nothing else works out with anybody else, it's always going to be you. Every time. I am so lucky and fortunate to be able to say that I have a best friend that we've been friends for 15, 16 years. Since we were juniors. As sophomores. And of course, it just started off as friends or associates and stuff like that because we're in high school. But a relationship that has lasted and withstood not necessarily a lot of bullshit, because we've never had drama, but our relationship has withstood distance and lots of life changes for both of us. So I love you, Kiki. I love you so much. But yeah, it was such a great show. After that, we went to Miami, and that was so fun. I was trying to live in the moment. I actually was living in the moment. And one of my biggest wishes, my biggest birthday wish this year was not to have to use my brain. For the obvious reasons. I'm always using it. Always using it. So the fact that I was able to have or celebrate and have birthday activities without having to use it, I'm so happy that I fulfilled that wish for myself. It was very nice, laid back, great concert, great trip, great travel. Everything just worked out. And I'm so glad that, a lot of times I think everyone looks forward to their birthdays because they are hoping or they're waiting for it to be the best time of their life, the best time of their life. Well, luckily for me, I've had a lot of best times, and I just don't wait on my birthday to make it about being the best time. Every single day is a great opportunity to have the best time of your life. Never forget that. Never, never forget that. Don't wait for your birthday. Don't wait for a holiday. Don't wait for your friends. Stop waiting on things to make you happy and provide it for yourself. So that was one of the things I was super excited about for this birthday. Just the fact I didn't want to have to find like venues, clubs, this. No, it wasn't that. Ended up going out one night. It was like that was not the funnest, but that was the not one of the best parts. But it was just a fun freaking night. Foam was everywhere, bubbles, dancing, lots of foam. And it was just a very healing and fucking fun time. But did I get any of it on camera? No. Because I wanted to live in a moment. I wanted to be a certain way. Had a random moment at a tattoo shop where it was like, you gonna get a tattoo or you're not. I still left Miami without getting a tattoo, which I don't have any tattoos on anywhere. So it was like, I cannot be spontaneous in this moment because I care. My first tattoo, baby, I need to be able to wake up and not regret it. Of course, it's not a tiger on my face or something like that, but I need to wake up in the morning and not be like, what the hell? And then the guy that we thought was going to tap my friend up, it was other, he just kept being like, think about it. Look, when you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? I see this beautiful brown skin that don't have a tattoo on it. I'm not opposed to tattoos, and I love to see them everywhere on people, but I'm not ready for myself yet. But I want to be ready. Like, that was a great time for me to do something fun with my best friend or something like that. But did I do that? No. But regardless, I supported her, and it was just such a good time. It was a good time. It was a great start to the birthday month, all of the things. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into Soul Search. As we get into Soul Search for today, I once again want to thank my beautiful parents for creating me. I know that's like a crazy thing to think of or to shout out, but I do got to give it to them, because if it wasn't for them coming together at some point and creating me, where would I be? I don't know. But this life and to live life is such a beautiful thing, and that is not something that I take for granted. And right now, in this day and age and time, and in this place where across the ocean there is a lot of chaos. In America, there's a lot of chaos. There's still so much beauty to the life that we get to live. There's so much that we take for granted, right? And the smallest things, the smallest things you can think of, like I think off top, my mind immediately goes to water and things like that, but there's just so many things, right? And I just don't want to overlook that. So especially when I feel down or I feel myself getting upset about things, when my son, who is 4, when he is getting upset with things, simple things, I think, I don't know if that's good parenting or not, but I try to remind everyone in that moment, or anytime someone complaining to me about something, this could be a terrible trait, I'm not sure, but this is what you're gonna get from me, because I believe in complaining and I'm here for it. I love complaining myself, but we need solutions. So I try to just think about, or like with my son, for example, I try to list out the things that we have to be, or not we have to be, but we have around us and surrounding us and in our life to be grateful for and express gratitude for. And honestly, I thought it would be easy teaching a little kid from scratch, at 4 is scratch, but from a very young age that, hey, we need to be able to express gratitude. But for a toddler and for many damn adults, it is very hard to understand why things are not going the way that you want, or it's super easy to just constantly flood your mind with the things that are not going the way you would like. And that's just a disservice to yourself and the universe, because there are so many things going on around us that we can still be grateful for in the midst of so much chaos. And for me, that's kind of like turning 30. Yes, there are a lot of things that I wish. It's really not a lot of things I wish could be a little different. It's more like I just wish I had the $1 billion already and I had access to my $1 billion. I wish I already had it. But so it's pending. And it might be pending for a few more years, a couple of months, weeks, who knows. But while I do not have the guarantee, that does not mean I have to sulk in my needs, my wants and needs, and convince myself that nothing's good. Nothing about my life is good. Nothing about my life is fair. I promise you, if you make a list day to day, you will really remind yourself of the things that you got. Even for myself being someone, for me, where I'll struggle at, and I'm trying to get better, not even trying, I have been getting better at it. I'm not just saying that because we're recording, but I'm saying that because exactly for this moment, like sometimes your mind convinces you other things, and in the moment when you're trying to recall things, you don't think of all the immediate things that you got, and you got plenty. I promise you, you got plenty. And even if you don't physically feel like you have plenty, you have a lot of invisible privilege to get majority of the things that you want. So don't overlook that. This life is such a beautiful thing. And my mom made a point to say, oh, you about to be 30? First of all, boo, you don't remember 30 years ago you popped me out of your coochie at all? The baddest. Damn. But she cleared it up and was just like, I can't really believe that you're 30 because, yeah, I had you. Yeah, I popped you out my coochie, but like, you're 30, you're doing things, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it. And I think what it is everyone anticipates being 30 and just having it all figured out. I am 30 and I do not have it all figured out. Am I much further and have a lot of things, in place that seem like I got it figured out? Yes. But for the most part, it's just a number. It's just a number. And if I had to be completely honest, I don't feel 10 years older than 20. I feel younger than that, honestly. Of course, I have now. It's like when you give somebody my time, it's like, oh, what year was born? 95. That was 30 years ago, is what the kids gonna say. And they're gonna be like, oh my God, that's that 30? Oh my God, are you afraid? Well, I was never afraid to turn 30. I think that there are a lot of life lessons and experiences and instances and just scenarios and chaos and things that I have learned from that I look forward to applying what I learned from my 20s to what I now know to my 30s, and then figuring out more stuff. So in today's episode, I wanted to talk about the top 6 things that I learned before 30. Now, maybe this list is a little different from what you all have heard, because when I see lists, it's always like, oh, don't do this with a man. But my list is simply focused on self all things that made me better. And I really took a lot of time out to think about these things because, again, I did not want to come on my platform regurgitating stuff you already heard. Some of it is stuff you already heard because I think just being a woman, Black woman, a 30-something-year-old woman, a late 20-something-year-old woman, and even though I'm saying late, I'm just trying other words to saying older because, again, while the age sounds a little bit more mature, I don't know how much longer you all would like to live, but my goal is at least 118 years old, and I would like to be able to walk at least 2 to 3 miles, play a little bit with my great great greats, and still do the things that I like to do. You know, I want to be 118 and still focusing. And there are people that are still alive and doing exactly that. So I know that it's great. So when I hear 30 and I hear people say, oh, that's middle age, that's blah, 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 I think it's crazy. And actually, I am going to see if I have this video on TikTok I saw. The girl was like, oh, the 30 to 35 crowd is weird and blah blah blah. It's like, are you cool? Are you sure it's not just you? You sure? Are you sure? Because to me, the more like I've dated older, have not dated younger. Yeah. Just all of these things, it's like just interactions, your day-to-day interactions. If you interact and talk, work, whatever you do with people that are older, younger, a mix of people, you will find that age will sound mature, but it does not mean that you know better, you know more or better than others. It don't mean you're healed. It don't mean that you're a better person or God, it's just the elders and stuff that be trying to make you think because their age sounds mature that they know everything and they don't. And that's okay that they don't. Because neither do I. And that is why I will not let someone shame me into thinking that 30, 40, even 50, like to me, 50 is middle age. People have lived forever. Not lived forever in a sense, but at least up to my complete thoughts on turning 30 and to any woman that is approaching it really soon before 2025 is over and you're just sad about it and you don't know what to do. You feel like you don't have things figured out. You're doing this whole countdown. You're doing this whole countdown and replay of your life. You only been an adult for 15 years of 15, 16 years of that. So, baby, it's okay. It literally is okay. You're not old. And if anything, you should just free yourself. There's so much power in freeing yourself from all of these shitty corporate white patriarchal look at me, I'm trying to say a big ass word. You will really free yourself from the patriarchy just if you just let go of all of the social constructs, baby, down to the wife is supposed to be in the home cooking and cleaning, men are supposed to be working. Like, you gotta free yourself from the patriarch, the what is it, the misogynistic, the clueless, and the people with penises, because they want to tell us so much about our bodies as women. But I think even for men as well, if you're listening to this and you are part of the Soul and Grace family and you're a male, your life is not over then. All of these things that society tries to push off on any young adult from 21 to them 30 is actually just insane when you think about it. And I know this could ruffle a lot of feathers, but even the starting a family part of it, let's go ahead and hop back into Soul Search. I done got a little off topic, or on topic, but a rant on topic. And I want to keep this episode under a certain amount of time. Let's go ahead and get into the top 6 things I've learned before turning 30. So the first thing that I have on the list is open your mouth. People cannot read your mind. So I feel like this is the first thing that is a major, like it was my number one, because it has become a normal human nature to have terrible communication skills. We are afraid of each other. The pandemic did not do anything but enhance that. And even when you think about cell phones, all cell phones did, computers and all of the things, just gave us something to kind of hide behind. And that's how we get the people that have better conversations online than in person. But opening your mouth and asking for what you want, need, desire is not necessarily frowned upon, but especially for women is something where it's look good, be quiet, be in the house, be in the kitchen, be put up, but don't say too much. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Speak up, because no one can read your mind. No one knows what you're thinking unless they have some telepathy or something that they tapped in on that side for. No one can read your mind. Majority of the time, again, the mind is a powerful thing. Anxiety, all of these things build up this wall that stops you from speaking up and simply asking a question or getting what you want out of things. And I'm not saying getting what you want in the sense of asking for things, but always have your hand out. Anyways, don't be scared to have your hand out to that man, because he ain't gonna be afraid to have that hand out to you. But outside of that, in workspaces, in your everyday life, your trip to the grocery store, your something, do not be afraid to ask. Don't. A lot of people have the resting face of despair and hate for life, but they usually liven up when you ask them something, and or at least that's been my experience. But open your mouth. People can't read your mind, and no one will know how to treat you when it comes to your relationships and connections and new people coming into your life. No one will know how to treat you if you do not tell them. In your everyday life too, no one knows how to treat you if you do not tell them. Really instruct them. Really instruct them on what you will do, what you won't do, what you're about, all of the things. Open your mouth. These people, me, I don't know you. I don't know what you want. I do not know what you need. And while you might not know what you need, don't be afraid to ask. And even if someone tells you that or makes you feel like it's too much, and they might not have the answer or be able to give you what you want, do not be afraid to move on to the next person or thing to get what you want. Number 2, my cat is down here with me. Am I talking too much for you? Hmm? You know, you gotta do a slow blink. I'm wrapping it up, boo. I'm wrapping it up, boo. This is my you in my space. Not a yawn. You in my space. Number 2, not everyone is meant to go with you. Now, you guys have heard me mention this in the last year and a half, or the last year and a half of me doing a show where I say everyone is not meant to go with you. And I mean that. Everyone is not meant to go. That is one of the biggest lessons I've learned in the last 10 years of being a young adult outside of her comfort zone, being in new spaces. Yes, I just wanted to recount them. I just wanted to make sure my head, you'd be wanting to make statements about your family, and it's like, but at least for my maternal side, in my close family, I am the first to separate from the pack. Now I kind of, now me and my sisters, we all over the map. All over the map. But I was the first one to step away and do something for myself. and seek another location for just based off of what I wanted to do. And I think that was my first reality or real experience of not at least from a family aspect with family, that not even all family is gonna go. And it's actually not meant for them to go with you because everybody got their own path. And I know it's so hard to remember that when you just think, oh, family or friends, like, oh, you would be great with me here doing this, like me, with me. Sometimes a lot of things you just got to gatekeep it too about yourself and things you're doing, because again, it's not meant for everybody to be on that path with you. Even though that's number 2, I would put that up there with number 1 any day, because it's not just about you excelling to another level. Some chapters of your life are only really all of the chapters of your life are for you. Everybody else that comes along in those chapters are just features in that chapter. They're not supposed to go with you. And when it comes to family, one of the things I had to learn too is, I'll use my mom for example. Yeah, maybe my mom is tired of Texas. That doesn't mean she want to come to Colorado. She probably have 3 other places she would like to try before coming to Colorado. Anything wrong with that? No. But I had to learn that. And then, of course, you learn it at all ages with friends. Like, yeah, everybody can't go. They can't go. They're not meant to go. And it's okay. Be excited about who you're going to meet when you go. Think about that. Losing people isn't always a loss, it's alignment. And it's not necessarily alignment or you two, just you and another person being misaligned. It's alignment for you. You are walking and acting in some stuff that you don't even see. Majority of the time, you don't know what you're doing, but you are writing your life. You're writing a script to your life. I'm sipping the rosé. I didn't want to get the beer ready because I know it just be making me burp on the microphone. But I got the rosé and it's still making me burp. But yeah, it's okay to experience people and things and leave. It is. I can't say this is something I've mastered because it is a big letdown. Hell, I don't want to say the beginning of the year, but like recently, a few months ago, I decided I would part ways from a newer friendship and whatnot, and it really broke my heart. Not broken, but like it was just a real letdown, because it's crazy how people can look good and sound good on paper, but in all actuality, it's just not, or it's not that it's not good. It just doesn't work for me and who I am. And instead of talking to you again about it, I'm just gonna part my ways. Also, another point that I would like to make about everyone not being able to go. Notice how for like new friends or fallouts and things like that, notice how when they cannot go, you never see them. So not that they never go, but they're never in the same spaces or rooms as you. So I feel like that is a great way to really realize that it's not meant to be, it's not meant to always happen how we want it to. Because if it was, maybe you would meet them in the spaces or be in the spaces, continuously run into these things and these people and these places because it was meant to be. Number 3, saying no is a full sentence. Y'all, no, 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 not today. Probably not tomorrow. We can try again for another time, but maybe we're just not aligned. Boundaries, again, something where, yes, I learned it before 30, but I look forward to applying more of my own boundaries to life and getting past the, well, maybe I should reconsider phase of boundaries and just being able to move forward. Because I know what I want. I know where I want to be. I know what I want to do, what I want to receive, how I want to feel. This does not match any of those things. It does not match anything that I want to feel. So no, I'm sorry. I don't have time. We're going to talk about that in just a second too. But yeah, if it drains me, doesn't match me where I want to be, doesn't catch a lick of my interest. And trust me, a lot of things catch my interest, especially as a creative. My God, every area of damn arts, I love it. I love it. So yeah, saying no is a full sentence. Stop. You can go to so many of my episodes and I talk about this, but stop being afraid of saying no. Also, if you're afraid of saying no to people that you really love, a lot of times it's not as bad. Now, for the children, I don't got no say so in that. People throw fits. Little babies throw fits all the time. Tell them no to. Number 4, healing is messy. Healing is uncomfortable. Healing opens doors that you had no idea needed to be opened. Healing closes doors that needs to be closed. But overall, healing is messy, but it is so worth it. In the past, I've talked about how if you have the awareness, you are making a change. Maybe it's not the exact and immediate change that you want, but to have the awareness and make the mind to body connection that this is not working for me. I don't like this. Maybe I do love this. Maybe I do want to change this. Having the awareness is the first step, and it is progress. But healing itself is a longer process, and it's going to be messy at first, and depending on what it is. I think the best way to describe it is messy and uncomfortable, but you reach a place that brings you peace. And even if it's not even necessarily about reaching a place of peace, but reminders, you keep hitting these reminders of the peace that you do have and within, and the peace that you make with past experiences and future experiences and things like that. The peace that you make within your mind is so worth it, or not within your mind, but in your overall being is so worth it in the end. But it's not fast. It's not a fast process. It's not a fast process. Damn, it's not not a fast process. And I stopped rushing my healing and started sitting with it. I've said before, I'm not good with sitting with myself, but I'm very in tune with everything around me and things like that. So when I am feeling a certain way and I want to process it, or say, for instance, some of the things that I'm working through with the artist way, because I haven't necessarily finished it, because it's not just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 process. I've been on week 5 because different realizations, different experiences, things that are happening in real time, that some of those things, yes, I made the connections before 30, but I'm still making that connection and trying to push through. So, and I mean, there's like things that I never would have thought were not problems, but I didn't think were a big deal to me, that I want to change or I want to be better at, or really just a lot of big realizations, right? So there is that. There is no magic fix. There is no magic. There is no magic fix. And like, we read all the self-help books, we read all the personal development, we read all of these things, and I think, especially in a day and age where you can read a book or listen to a podcast or whatever, you expect to be fixed after hearing it, or you expect for this life change after this challenge, this 30-day, 40-day, 90-day challenge, and then you go back to the same things or thought processes and people and just all of these things that you know do not serve you. And that's just a part of it. And we get so hurt when we see it. I didn't complete it. I didn't follow through. And that's really what is breaking your heart and making you feel like it's not working. You're not following through with the process. Not that you have to find the answer, but we're not following through with everything we keep telling ourselves we are unhappy with. You're not following through with the things that you claim you want. You're not following through with making yourself happy. So it's important that you go through the process. If you just read a book and watch the therapist and only do it 1 session or 2 sessions and not just something, if there's no longevity in the process, are you really healed? Or is it just a temporary fix until you get over whatever is filling the hole, and then boom, you back in this healing state, your heart broken, the world in it, blah, 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 blah. Stick with the process so you can get the outcomes that you really want. And if the outcome is healed, I hate to tell you this, but I do not believe, and I don't believe that anyone else should believe, that there is a such thing as healed. I feel like there's the better way to express it is I am aware. And if you're looking for another way to be like, I'm healed, I'm present in where I am right now. I'm present in where I am right now. I'm present in being happy. I'm present in working towards all of the things that I want for myself and I know that I can have. I'm present in peace, and I'm present in my healing, because it never stops. Healed with a period after it? No. That's for a cut. That's for a scrape. That's for a bone fracture. Healing is for a long life, full of everything that you want, desire, hate, love, and really appreciate about meeting all of the different versions of yourself. Man, I gotta write that down for myself. Oh, and another thing I just want to say, you have never lived this life before. This is your first time living this life. This is your first time doing this life. This is my first time doing this life. I don't want to reach a point where I feel like I know it all, have it all, whatever. I'm just hoping and praying it just gets better and better and better and better, because but because I've accepted, I'm in it for the long run, the long haul, forever, ever, by 120. You never lived this life before. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a pat on the back. Celebrate. I know y'all see people say celebrate your small wins. That is the awareness. Like, have the awareness you are doing things for yourself, doing it for your future self as well. You never did this before. Something might disappoint you right now or has in the past that you can't let go of, and you keep sitting in your room thinking about it. Sit in it. We'll work through it and hop back on, maybe not your high horse, but just get your ass back on the horse. Okay? Can we get a little commotion for that? Mind y'all, I made this hat. Here, look a little. I made this hat. What Kanye said, do you see this coat? I know Beyonce saw me shining from that stage, baby, because we was close. Shout out to my best friend again. But yeah, this was my hat with my outfit. A little sparkle. Anyways, number 5, so we can go ahead and move through this. Number 5, I am not for everyone. And that's okay. Authenticity will cost you approval, essentially. And not the approval that you want from the people that you desire, from the people that your family, the with the bystanders, the people that don't even realize they don't matter. I wish I understood that for other people too, because I don't know if men probably do get drunk together and think about all the businesses and things that they could create with a homeboy, friends, best friends, and all of the things, but I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. No, I don't want to meet 15 of your friends that I never met or heard you talk to or about. I never seen them supporting any of your stuff. None of that. I can't. The way moving into this next decade, I want to be so about my access. Like, who has access to me? And why am I giving you access? Why? We do these things where like we'll meet people and we think like, oh, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, we gotta do all of that. And let me tell you, I'm one of them people, okay? If you ever been out with me and I'm just out, I'm in the spirit, I love cocktail or something, I attract people. I attract people, and in the moment, it's like you're so overwhelmed and you're just thinking, oh, let me exchange something with these people. And then it never turns into anything else outside of that. As someone like that, I've realized, stop getting everybody access to you. Why you're doing it? Why? Interview them a little bit more. Maybe even see them out a few more times before just giving them access to you because of X, Y, and Z. Another, like I made note to mention this, majority of the time we'll have a lot of experiences that will tell us we are not for this individual or whatever, but we ignore it because we always have a good time. This person is the life of the party. This person is that. But at the same time, it's the same person that's telling you, oh, you're too high maintenance. You're too this. Oh, you want this, you that. And while they might think that, most of us immediately go into this place of, you might defend yourself, small percentage of people that do that, but majority of the time we just girl bad, blah, 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 blah. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. You are not for everyone. And as soon as someone gives you a backhanded compliment or any type of shade, that's the best way I can get any type of shade, even if it's your bestest bestie of whatever, any type of shade, they're not meant for you. They're not meant for you. As soon as someone mentions your worth or how you carry yourself or how you ask to be treated, and that person says you're too bougie, too high, or they make a big deal or big short deal with a lot of shade. A big short deal with a lot of shade. As soon as they do that, maybe not in that moment, but after this interaction, event, connection, leave them where they are. Leave them where they are, because you two are not aligned. And all that will keep happening is things that will keep and continue to show you that y'all not aligned. And what will happen is, in my experience, it's been like, oh, here's my bougie friend, here's my rich friend, here's my here's this. And these are never things that you've claimed yourself, but this is how people are introducing you to others. Y'all not aligned, baby. Y'all not aligned. You're not aligned. So leave them where they at. Leave them where they at. You will meet another person that has good vibes, high energy, if it's just about going out and clubbing or something, just the good vibes that y'all have. You will meet thousands of people that have good vibes, even though it may seem like not really. You will. Oh, I said 6. I got 7. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We got about 10 more minutes. I got that. Number 6. It is no one else's job to prioritize your life. And one more time for the people in the back. It is no one else's job to prioritize your life. Period. No one. Often we find ourselves in these predicaments or never ending cycles of being drained, overworked, or even let down because we show up for others, while in return, I'm not getting nothing. I'm not getting shit, even a text to see how I'm doing, if I'm alive, if anything, but I'm keeping up with you and I'm expected to keep up with what you have and what you have going on. The people pleasing. The people pleasing. If we just stop, if we just stop feeling or wanting it's not even want. Some of us desire to be needed. And if we just let go of that feeling of wanting to be needed, I need to be the need of feeling to be needed, then you would not feel overworked, drained, behind, because some of us be behind in our lives, but we are showing up for everything else but our damn selves. And the thing about that is, it's no one else's job to ensure that you have a happy life. And actually, it's not even no one else's like duty to text you and make sure that to do like check-ins to really be like, oh, you having a good life? You having a good life? Oh, I don't know. No. Stop over prioritizing everybody else and then watching everything that you have go on collect dust. Take it from me as someone who is still actively learning this, because there are days where I could have something planned out, but it sounds real good having an off day catering to some fun stuff with my kid, really just catering to everything else that literally has nothing to do with the things that I want or need or desire. Prioritize you. Set aside the time for you. I got plenty of episodes where I talk about that in different ways and spaces and things like that, but it's no one else's job, or it is no one's job to ensure that we live a happy life and as much as we want it to be. No, 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 no. Once you become serious about what you want and your boundaries and things like that, you feel fulfilled. So remember that. It's not like you're just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna prioritize myself, and things come together and they fall in place and people just respect you and the things that you got going on, and they just pop up and they pop in and do all of those things. People do not know how to treat you and the things that you love and the things that you want, need, and you are attached to, and they can only treat them and you properly if they see you mirror, or not even that you're mirroring, because they would be the ones mirroring the behavior and love that you give to yourself. Nobody else can do that for you. So if you're someone that maybe you're not even 30, but this is something you want to master before. This is something you want to master shit before you start just meeting friends, because yeah, as soon as somebody find out you good at this and it benefits them, good luck. And I can think of many times in my life where it's been that for me. One of the examples that is coming to mind is when I was like the summer before college and things like this. My boyfriend at the time was getting ready to go away, and like he started playing football, and once the family found out that I could make t-shirts and stuff, it became, can you make us all t-shirts? Can you make us all this stuff? And I remember, it would be nights where it'd be like, oh, well, what's your schedule like? Okay, this week we got the game this day, blah, blah, blah. Can we pick you up from work? And then, da, da, da. Like, I was really setting aside time that I could have been using on myself. Mm. See, all of this is coming back. I love this podcast, baby. But really, a lot of the time that I could have used for myself, or exploring the summer, exploring like weekends, I could have used for myself. I'm making 12, well, nah, that's the exaggeration. I'm making like 4 to 6 different shirts, or helping, and overlook other projects being made for this football game. And then before you know it, it's Sunday, driving back. Oh shit, I gotta go back to work, blah, blah, blah. All of these things Ugh, brother. And now these days, I mean, mostly because I'm away from family and stuff like that. And what I do, like I help others and do all of like emotional support for others, is like I'm kind of unavailable, and I love that. We really got to put stuff on a schedule with me. We really got to plan for it. We really got to plan for it or it ain't happening. And I do appreciate that because I do miss a lot of those BS interactions and experiences. And I think people, I would say like a lot of my close friends and family, I think they realize like, oh, I can't waste your time because you, especially new friends, it's like you have never made yourself available in that way for me, and I never will. So I'm not saying that in a big headed way, but I've realized that's it. I'm not saying I will not help others at all. I'm not. I'm just saying we're gonna plan it out because I gotta make time for my family, my household, my career, things that my creative ventures, being an entrepreneur, and then I mean, and most importantly, like I hate to list it off lastly, but me. I have to make time for me. So those are the boundaries that I have with myself. Now, for number 7, I'll just go ahead and walk over that really quick because this getting long. But for number 7, the true love that you seek is within. You will never get it from anyone outside of this. Pinch yourself. Pinch yourself right now. Unless you driving, hands on the wheel. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whatever the hell they say in driving school. But the love that you seek, desire, want, hear about in the R&B songs, everything that is in you. It's in you. I don't know what my cat got going on over there, but it's in you. Everything that you are waiting to meet Mrs. Right, Mrs. or Mr. Right for is within you. Everything that you're waiting to meet the right friend group for is within you. You just got to take some leaps and stop being scary and go on a solo date and go meet other people there. But anyways, we talked about that a bunch in past episodes of the Soul and Grace podcast, if I didn't mention it already. No living soul can replace the joy that you have within you. No living soul knows, even a lot of times we don't really know what we want, but you know how you want to feel. Nobody else knows how you want to feel, the love that you want to the love that you want to feel, the interaction, or no one knows how you want love to make you feel. Overall, the love that you waiting for, nobody else can replace that. Money, nothing can replace it. Actually, take the time to love on yourself. Take yourself on dates. Feed yourself real good. Feed yourself really good is a big thing, because if you're always waiting on a date night, a man, someone, a partner to treat you to a nice dinner and all of the things, you're a fool. I'm not gonna apologize for that. You're a fool, because you're only cheating yourself of great experiences. And as nice as it is to want a baller to feed your soul, only you can do that. There is nothing more satisfying than a peaceful solo dinner. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, any of it. Nothing is more peaceful than that. You do not have to listen to somebody talk about what they're allergic to, what they don't want, what they don't like, what didn't come out the way they liked, the bill. Don't you be, if you are a heterosexual man listening to this, don't you nickel and dime that lady about no bill, and let her get whatever she want to get. And if you don't want to have to deal with people telling you what you can and what you can't get, or where you can eat and where you can't go eat, treat yourself. If that was one of the things I could have told myself my younger self, treat yourself, date yourself, which in so many ways I did that, but I didn't realize it with that, I would have told myself that. And I wish my mom, my aunt, anybody else would have told me that. Luckily, I did not grow up with a male-centered mother at all. And she is married. She's been married to her husband for a very long time at this point. But yeah, I did not grow up with a male-centered mom. So I'm not male-centered at all. I love y'all, but I'm not male-centered. Also, another thing my mom did when we were young girls is she always cooked for us, right? But like for Valentine's Day, she would cook for us and cook for herself before. He'd been around so damn long, but even before, for the little period that she was single that I can remember, it was always like, yeah, you get steak and lobster. You don't just need a white boy for that, but steak and lobster, nice things for yourself. While it wasn't like nails, blah blah blah, it was just other ways to show yourself. My grandma, so many ways I had. My elders have shown me how to do that without trying to do that, but still having men in their life. So that's not something I really struggle with. But for my listeners, future listeners, and the younger women out there, the love that you seek is right in here. Right in here. It's the best love you will receive and experience. And in the times and moments where you are with a partner, you want to be able to like if something is a disagreement, anything, in those moments where you feel alone and you feel like clueless and you don't know what to do, the one thing you want to be able to feel is self-love. And not just like, oh, let me say my affirmations, but you want to still be able to feel whole. You do not want to feel broken down because someone has spewed out some bullshit about you, who they think you are, your processes, and all of these things. You know you better than you. And even if you don't know yourself yet, you're working, especially if you're listening to my show, you are working towards meeting yourself and like reintroducing yourself every episode, like getting to know a different level, layer person, like meeting this newer person. But I do believe the love that we have for ourselves never really changes, and just grows. So you have to do that for yourself. You have to do that for yourself. Or every time you go through a breakup, you're going to be heartbroken. Every time somebody says some shit to you that they don't like about you, or what they don't see for you, or what they want to tear down for you, or, tear down about you or dislike, it's going to hurt because you haven't tried to build that love within. But you can. And I don't want to sound too witchy about that, but yeah, love yourself first. Love yourself or nobody will. Nobody. Because it won't feel like it. It will not feel like it. It will not. No living soul can replace the joy that self-love can once you dive into those layers of yourself and once you figure out what you want. My God, we hopping into these damn things. Or I know Love Island is something that just passed by, and it's like, it make it seem so easy. It sounds so easy, but my problem with things like a Love Island is just that you're so young, and yeah, explore, but you really don't know what you want, and the conversations are lacking these days of how to love. How do I even love on myself to show you that I love myself, but also show you that I'm not to be played with, so you know how to love me. And again, you cannot do that and be in a relationship with someone and be demanding things. Y'all too worried about 50-50 bags, jewelry, shades, all these material damn things. In relationships and marriage itself is, I want to say, big business. It literally is big business. It literally is a lot of communication, confrontation, conversations, relations, all of the things. You don't have to be with someone to figure those things out, let alone to deal with. Save yourself the time, the tears, and the heartbreak, and love on yourself first before dating further, like moving forward dating, or excuse me, before further dating, before letting new people in, before seeking new people, before connecting with new people, before letting anyone enter your body or sit on your body. Figure that part out first. And figure out what it looks like for you, or what do you see for yourself in a future partner. Figure it out for you. Once you feel in love with yourself, I would like to think and say that that's a good time to start dating, but honestly, figure out like fall in love with you first and foremost. Everything that you seek is within you. And if you don't feel like it's within you yet, date yourself. Date yourself. Take yourself on a date. Go do some fun new activities that you never did before, because you don't got to wait on somebody else to take you. And that's my other thing. A lot of times we be waiting on dates to take new people, especially newer dates. Why are you waiting to take somebody that could interfere or interrupt your entire good time? Why are you taking somebody that doesn't even have an interest in these things? Why? But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into Queen. I'm not going to say like pick up my tips, be about it, because it just takes time. Everybody got different things that they learn in life, or at different points and stages of their life that are more important than others. These were my top 7. Honestly, these top 7 things, you might hear them and you might be like, I don't know, take these top 7 things and I don't know, write them down, whatever, rewatch the video, replay, share, like, share, subscribe. But think about these things and use them to reflect later on. Let me know which ones resonated with you, and we will go ahead and move on to Queen and close out the show. As we close out the show, I just want to remind you all of a few things. You are not behind. You're growing. You're evolving. And you are changing for the best and the better. And you're changing like everything else around you with time. That's what you're doing. Every year is an invitation, not a deadline. I step into this decade with grace, power, and deep love for who I am and who I will be, who I want to be, and who I'm going to be. Not with fear, not with disappointment. Honestly, it's a new decade, so fuck you, bitch, I'm acting brand new, in the words of Lil Wayne. Quite honestly, this is brand new. This that new. Okay, age does not. It doesn't define anything, really. It's just defines your birthday that they put on your birth certificate, that you entered the world and came out your mama coochie. You know, so yeah, never forget that. You're not behind. We are growing and we are evolving and we are changing. But yeah. Cheers to 30. New beginnings, new things, a new part of life, a new chapter of life, and just everything that is to come. I hope you all love this episode. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are back, baby. I will see you next Sunday. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Soul and Grace podcast. I'll see you next week.